So how about this? Unexpectedly today, there was some information that was sent to me, and it was revealing on a lot of things, a lot of different things. But as different things was being revealed, one name came up, and the revelation of what this name meant. Like, I'm like, hold on, I've seen that before. Where have I seen it? So let me tell you what this name is. I'm going to spell it for you. Paasa is the name, right? And what it is, P is in Peter, Aasa. What it is a spirit that causes females to go into prostitution. Okay, y'all heard me. A spirit that causes females to go into prostitution. So when I saw that, I'm like, wait, I've seen this before. I have seen that before. I'm like, where did I see this? So me, I go Google it. Paas. Because that's what I remember seeing. Paas. I'm like, where did I see this? I Google it. And what comes up? Why have I saw this before? Because every Easter, that's what you see in all the stores. It's the Easter egg dye. It's the dye used to color eggs. Paas. When you look up well, you know what? I'm just going, because what I did is I went on and looked it up, and I did some snapshots. Now, I'm not going to reveal what was sent to me. I'm not going to do that. But, I mean, it was just out the blue. It was out the blue. And, but what I am going to say is, in this world around us that we're living in, there are things that we have become accustomed to. Simply because we didn't know, it's all we've ever known. I'm just saying, this entire world that we live in, King Jesus is coming back. He is coming back. He is coming back soon, and all this stuff is being exposed. Like things are being exposed more and more and more and more. Straight across the board. I've just seen just today, like in the midst of doing this research and in the midst of I just seen 2 more churches, pastors leaving, and the churches is shutting down. And I'm like, what the? But I'm paying attention. I am paying, and I mentioned that to say I am paying attention. I didn't wake up this morning expecting to see any of the things that I saw. I woke up this morning with the thought that, okay, I got physical therapy. They're going to kick my behind in physical therapy as usual. I'm going to be so sore. So what I'm about to do is I'm not going to do any hard work, because like we're working in the front of the house now. And when I tell you, I'm pulling weeds and discarding weeds, and I'm pulling up roots of stuff, stuff that has been buried deep that I was unaware of. Like when I tell y'all, I dress to go out and get in the dirt. And if anybody knows me for real, like this whole me and gardening thing is really a big deal for those who for real know me, because for those who for real know me, I don't do bugs. So when I tell you, I have been pulling weeds. And you know how weeds will grow up like in foundations, and it'll break concrete and stuff like that. When I tell you, I've been digging up stuff and pulling. And you guys, again, strength. I'm getting my strength back in this arm, and I'm lifting weights, and they're causing me to do this stuff with weights. This is a shoulder that I had surgery with. When I tell you, I'm down here and I'm pulling weeds and I'm chopping up stuff. This is a huge deal. And so in the process of my doing this, in the process of my pulling weeds, in the process of my digging down and breaking up roots, and I'm going to show y'all some pictures. Like, I'm going to show you some pictures. As a matter of fact, I need to do a before and after picture of the area that I'm working on now. But what I'm about to do right now, since I'm at the front of the house, is I'm about to go out and just give you a little sneak preview because I ain't did no pictures yet. And I wish I had took pictures before I started of what it looked like. I think I did some pictures to show the blackberries that we found growing out front, like
front door open.
Blackberries growing in the front of the yard. Like, who knew? This is the area that I'm working on now. This is as far as I get. The green down there stuff I still have to pull up. But we're fixing like all of this. Okay, so I hope that you was able to see it pretty good. I'm gonna do some pictures later on.
Front door closed.
But we're fixing all of that and fixing it up. And I have plants that I had initially in the front, but I took it in the back and put them in a bucket, and I started growing them in preparation to replant them. So we're getting all of that together, and it's something. It's something, but to get down in there, like 2 days ago I started, and I had asked my husband, can you spray all of that, spray the ground, because I got to work down there, and there's a lot of bugs down there, and spray. And so he did. And yesterday I didn't act like it was even more spraying that had to be done. I've seen so many of them roll-up bugs. I've not seen that many roll-up bugs before in a while. But I seen a lot of them yesterday, but I didn't ask him to spray yesterday. And I seen a lot of silverfish and oh my goodness. And I just sat out there, and I looked, and I looked at the ground, and I seen the trees, and like I'm like getting down in there and getting these roots and stuff, and all I could think, right now, all I could think is there are things that needs to be dug up, things that we're unaware of, that needs to come out. And I've been asking the Father to do that with me, like in my life personally, because this is my house that I'm living in, and in my life personally, if there's things that I am unaware of, things that need to be dug up, I've been asking Father, get rid of this stuff, pull it out of me, get it away from me, So just in paying attention to all of this and seeing things that are being exposed, just all around me, I'm paying attention. I am paying attention. And one of the things that it is my strong desire not to do is, as I become aware of things that I didn't know, things that might have been deeply rooted that I didn't know, I'm not going to harden my heart. When I ask the Lord to break up the followed ground, break up the followed ground, break up the hardened ground, break up my heart, the pieces of my heart, break me, so that I can be moldable, I can be malleable. I want my heart malleable. I want to be able to understand. He tells us that when we hear his voice, to not harden our hearts, right? And so there's hardened ground, and that ground has to be broken. And so as I'm doing this work, and I'm sitting before the Lord at the same time as I'm doing this work, I'm paying attention, like when things are being exposed, we're seeing, and I'm beginning to see things. And so I know there's a lot of you that still you feel what you feel about that holiday, and that's fine. That's fine. It's a choice. But pay attention to what Jesus said to the church of Thyatira too. He said, I gave them a chance to repent, and they didn't. Chapter 2, verse 24. I don't want that to be me.